Hello everyone, welcome to Caroline's Craftery. Today we are on week 26 of the CCT 52 challenge. That means we are halfway through the year doing these challenges. I hope you're playing along. I thank you for subscribing, sharing, liking, all that stuff. And don't forget to enter your picture over on the Facebook group so then you can have your name entered to win a free digital kit. So we got our mixed media there. We haven't had a mixed media for actually quite a while. So green dice means what we're making, red means how many prompts. And we have a wild card. And we have 5 prompts. So let's pick our prompts from over here. I'm not putting the prompt back in. I'm keeping them out for each one. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, come on. Oh, 5. So let's see what we have. We have a sewing theme item, a typewriter, a tea bag, a poem, and a die cut. Okay, this should not be too bad. Gonna have to give it some thought, and we do get to make whatever we want, so that will be good. So now I've got to go and gather up my stuff and decide what I'm gonna make. And I have absolutely no ideas at the moment. But we will come up with something. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. I've got all my goodies. I've got my tea bags. I've got some die cut circles. I've got my typewriter. I'm going to use a typewriter keys. I've got a poem. I've got some words here that I'm going to make a little poem out of. And my sewing theme is going to be thread because I'm going to do some sewing. So let's get started. Let's kind of do this. Let's move this over to the side. I've got my page because I'm going to put my stuff right onto my page. I've got things inked because this video might be a little bit longer than my normal challenge videos. We are going to do a page edge. So this typing stuff, and this I made out of the typing page, and it's out of a 1954 Learn to Type book. So that is a pretty nice book. Okay, so let's just put some glue on this. I'm using art glitter glue. And this is going to go right here in the corner. I have given a little bit of thought to what I'm making, and hopefully it turns out. I'm going to leave this turned sideways. We are going to make a ruffle out of our tea bags. Each tea bag I'm just going to do a little ruffle like this. And it's going, I want the edge just to show over the edge. Trying to think of the best way to do this. I think I'll put a little bit of glue here and there. And then, better put some here too. I'd have to fill up my glue bottle here. Okay, there's that and that, and now let's glue this down. Better glue the edges. Whoops. Let's put a little bit of glue there. And then we're going to put it down. Just barely want it hanging over the edge. I don't want too much hanging over, just enough so I can see it. Save these tea bags when I do tea dyeing. And then this will go on top of that. Doesn't really matter if it's even or straight. A lot of people do just your normal paper ribbons, just by folding ribbons like this. Excuse me. And then let's put a little bit of glue there. There, we want a little bit on the end. And a little bit just across those. Oh, glue falling all over. I got stuff all over the place. Okay, let's put that on there, kind of just matching up with the other one. I have no idea how many tea bags it's going to take. I'm going to go all the way down to the bottom. Lots of ways you could make this. I could have made this beforehand, but I kind of wanted to show you guys what I was doing. I actually do my folded paper ribbons the same way. I glue these down because I do hand stitch mine. Yes, I know. I'm crazy. Crazy for crafts. Okay. I think it's going to take about 4 or 5 of these. Which is okay because I have lots of tea bags. Okay, do another one. Do you save your tea bags and use them for different projects? I have probably 200 tea bags at the moment, which I think is more than enough. I actually quit saving them. We also make kombucha, which I use the tea bags from that sometimes, so sometimes I end up with quite a number of tea bags. Okay, a little bit of glue down there. I'm doing this one side in a little bit just because of it hanging over the edge, just that little tiny bit. One more should do it. It makes quite a wide ruffle, and that is okay. A couple people have asked me about this thing. I got them at Michael's, and they're for the Sugar Bell bottles. I know they were kind of popular. I don't know if they still are. But I use it. It doesn't seal around my glue bottle, of course. But I use it when I'm working with my glue, and when I take the pin out, I just set it like that, and that sits on top, and it stops it from drying out. Because I find, never fails, like I'm barely doing anything, and I go to use it again, and it's dried out. I think I want one more tea bag. because I do want it to go all the way to the bottom. So I think a half a tea bag will be enough. Let's just fold this the once. Like that. But yes, I find it really helps to stop it from gluing or sealing up, and it only takes a second to plop it on top. And then when I'm done using it, or it's going to be a while, I will put the pin back in it. As I say, I got them at Michael's. They were in like the baking decoration section. Okay, so there is that. Now this I'm just going to add. I just wanted to add a little bit extra something. Let's just ink that side, the bottom, and the top, because the one side we're not going to see anyways. I kind of made this because, oops, I wanted to use up more of the piece of typing paper that I pulled out of the book. So I actually made a couple of them, but I'm just going to put one onto here. And it's going to go down towards the bottom and off to the side. Like that. Now we've got a whole bunch of circles. We got our words. Now I'm just going to put these randomly down on top of here. I do want to, I want to be able to see both edges of the tea bags. And I want to be able to do one line of stitching and catch all the circles. Let's see, let's choose this one with a little bit of pink. I thought about laying all these down and then gluing them, and I thought, no, that's going to take too much work. So I decided I'm just going to glue them down and hope for the best. As I say, I do want to be able to glue straight down the middle here. Like something like that. I don't care if the stitching is in the middle of the circle. I just want to catch all the circles. And I want the circles overlapping a bit, but they don't have to be even or anything like that. It's just, I didn't really want a color theme, but it just seems like I pulled out lots that had greens and whatnot in them. Let's do a pink one down here. Or actually, no, let's do the pink one up here. But I do want the circles to kind of be weavy. I don't want them to be all nice and even or anything like that. Let's put a shiny one in there. So I'm hoping that I get this all good. So I hope you're playing along with this challenge. I think it's been a really fun challenge. I enjoy doing them every week. Okay, what else do we got here? Let's do a bigger one here. We're almost got her done. I won't do the stitching on camera just because it does take a little bit longer. But I'll do the stitching and then I will come back and show you what I did with it. Okay, I think this is going to be our last circle. Let's see how I did for doing a straight line. Looks pretty good. I think I'll be able to catch them. I could do my stitching, but I wanted just a straight line. So there is that. These are going to go on top of the stitching. And same with our number. So I'm going to do this offline. I'm going to use my trusty foam board and my trusty piercing mat from Stampin' Up, which I use for the straight lines. Hence why I get them so nice and straight. But I'll put that on there and I'll go use my trusty little high-tech punching tool, which is a sewing needle in a cork. And I'll put this here and I'll dunk, 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 down all the holes. Then I'll stitch it. And then I'll come back and I'll show you and we'll glue on the words. Okay, so the sewing is all done. You can see it right down the middle and that's on the back. So even if that stays visible, it's still okay. And I timed myself, and this took me 15 minutes to put the holes in and sew it. And that was even with sending a few texts on my phone. So it doesn't take long. I do a lot of it, so I think it's fairly easy. I don't want to say easy, but it's relaxing, so I don't mind doing it. I decided to use green threads, and I'm leaving my threads long for the moment. And I always put 3 knots in the end of my thread, 2 to hold it and 1 for good luck. And I always put a dab of glue on my knot. And I usually put a dab of glue on each end of the stitch. I just find that it holds really good, and once the glue dries you don't even see it. So I've got my number that I got to put on somewhere, and then I was going to do something like this. I don't think it's really a poem, but it's kind of like, I hope you have a creative, beautiful, sweet, or hope you have creative journey, beautiful, sweet friends. So just something like that going down the side. I think maybe the number I'll put right up there. So let's start with the number. So it's kind of stretching it for a poem, but you know what? If that's what I want to do, that's what I can do. It's okay to stretch the creative mind of the dice and whatnot. And it's just a guideline. There's no rules in doing this challenge. It's only guidelines. And the guideline was a poem, and I don't know, poem is just words. So I'm doing words. But I really like this idea. I think it's got good possibilities for lots of creativeness. Just doing this, I got a couple things rolling around in my head for these. So stay tuned for some of those ideas on video. But I like how this has turned out. I look forward to seeing your week 26 of the challenge. I can't believe that we're already halfway through already. So we got that. So now we've got our sewing theme, which is our thread and sewing. We got our tea bags as our ruffles, our poem, typewriter, and die cuts are all the circles. So we hit all those pretty darn good, I think. And we got our number, which is 26. I'm still haven't numbered all of mine yet, but I am numbering all the new ones. So this is going to go right in here. Somebody did ask me what I was using for my dates. I got a whole bunch of old calendars from in the 60s. And I'm using the numbers off of those because I've got a whole bunch of these months now. And then once I hit 30, then I'll use the 3 and the 1 and, you know, use up the same calendars, and then I'll just match up all the things. So that's what I'm using for my numbers. And then I actually use a nail file on them and just make them look not so bright and shiny and whatnot. So there we got that. So there is week 26, a fun week. I love this project. I love how it turned out. It's going to give that little bit of ruffle on the page, which is nice. Piece of lace would work too. Kind of goes with this ruffle. I love this project too. So, but there we have it. Look forward to seeing yours. Check out the links below, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.